This was my trade today, Friday. I traded Nvidia. My bigger time frame idea was a isolated pivot here. Had a good move up here, and then had a really good doji here with really good volume, and then I guess we were opening up right here, and so I wanted to play it down when it started to go down here, playing the idea that this was a 3-bar isolated pivot to go down. A better pivot would be if price opened right around here maybe, and it would pull up, hit the body, come back under, and then it'd be a short under this. That would be a better pivot. You play against this level. Or price opens with a gap down, it pulls back, hits the bottom of this daily, gives like a double top or a reverse signal, comes back down, gets under, retests, and then you have your sell down. That's my idea of a nice daily pivot. And on top of that, Nvidia did the split share a few days ago. I believe it was on this day. And when we looked back, we saw that Tesla and Apple, after they split shares, had a pretty good sell-off for like a few days or maybe even a few weeks. It had an initial run up, but then as soon as the split share would happen, then the stock would sell off for a while. So we kind of combined that idea with this isolated pivot, this moving average, and we thought this would be a good short. And it did end up being a good short, but I didn't get all of the move here. So Nvidia sold off immediately. Really, really sharp. This was ATR. ATR was all the way down to 190. So ATR was about $7. And so price came down strong, did a pullback, sort of a compression here, right up against VWAP and this daily level. So I got short right here, and then got some good volume on the down move, made another consolidation or a shoulder here. You can see how I've kind of created these lines signifying the consolidations. Added in, my new stop was now right here. So now it was at a full risk here. 194. There were bids, pretty decent bids all the way down at whole dollars, as you would expect on a stock this expensive. Whole dollars, half dollars usually had bigger highlighted orders. I partialed really small, I think just 10% here, 10% here, and I really wanted to hit that 193 to make it a good, to make this move worth it. And it did go down. It didn't take too long, so that felt good. It only took about 5 minutes here to get all the way down here. I partialed heavy, I think like 25% and then 50%. So I felt good about that. Made a good trade there. It pulled back. I actually would have rather short added in here because I kind of draw these lines. This was low of day earlier in the morning, so I drew a line here as some kind of resistance. Then here's resistance because it was the whole dollar 194 plus it was consolidation. So we had multiple resistance points. It resisted it here, looked like it was about to break, and had it broken, I think it would have gone up to here. So I partialed 50% again of what I had left. However, the spread on this was right around like 15 cents. So what I realized is that when the spread's 15 cents, you really can't use these levels as exact as I normally do. So if I think a level or a resistance is holding, I need to give it a little bit wider area to hold and not so tight to the penny, which is kind of risky and tricky because say I give it a little bit more room and I think it can still come back, but then it goes up even more and then I end up partialing here. So I'm not sure if there's a perfect way to do that, but anyways, I got out 50% here, Honestly, I would have liked to add it here, and then I probably would have partialed here, but I probably would have thought it was going to get to 192. So all in all, this worked out really well. I got out at break even here with my remaining shares. I feel like this was a good solid trade, part of my playbook. Like I said, isolated daily pivot. Probably a little trickier on this stock because it is such a strong stock. It did have a good sell-off, but then it started coming up again, so I'm trying to short it now with that whole idea that the split share leads to a sell-off for a few days after. But I think I managed the price action and saw the opportunities here. And I did try to trade it a couple more times. What I like here is that when I find a good stock in play that's respecting levels and is following through with volume and stuff, which I feel like this was, I feel like it's a good stock later on to try. So here you can see, besides this drop off, this was about the highest this stock could go, plus this daily level. So right here you see price reject, and then right after it rejected again, I got in short for this little double top. I added in, and I had a heavy partial set for 194. I really thought I could get there, but I think I messed up and I didn't partial. I didn't have it wide enough, so I was being a little bit too exact here. It didn't quite get me all out. I partialed some more here, and then I fumbled, and I tried to get in and out a few times. I was getting kind of cute with it here and messed up. But I do like this double top short here. I think you could play it multiple ways. I think you could play the VWAP bounce. I feel like you could play this little double top off this early resistance. You know, you could even play a reversal here. You know, once price gets above this. There's different things you can do with this stock. So I liked what I did here. I was just kind of risking small and making some more money with this good moving stock here. So that's pretty much all I traded. Yeah, so thanks.